Hello everybody, my name is Infiniti and welcome back to another video. If you don't know, I am the face, the voice, and the quirky personality behind Infiniti Crafting Co. So anytime you see that name across the web, it's me, hopefully. Today I am here to bring you guys day 8 of Vlogust. Where'd the week go? I don't know how fast this month is gonna whirl by, but I don't know if I'm prepared for that. Today I just wanted to do kind of a chill video. I know these channel chats in general tend to be pretty laid back, and Vlogust has been pretty chill, I think. So today I just wanted to kind of show off my works in progress and the finished objects that I have done. So no, these are not weird sleeve warmers from the 80s. These are part of my finished objects. So I guess I'll get started with them. These are my scrunchies. I have fallen in love with making these. They are so simple, they are so quick to work up, and I do have some pre-recorded content for a tutorial, so I'm looking forward to that. And then, like I said in a previous video, I think I might have accidentally discovered a new way to make scrunchies, and I'm going to play around with that as soon as possible. This month was really interesting. So when I first started making them, and these are the ones with thicker bands in there, when I first started making them, I bought this pack of like 90, and they looked like this, which they're pretty thick. You know, these are the regular ones that I just use in my hair when I'm dyeing it, or if I have my hair unbraided. And so I was like, I could use these for scrunchies. So I bought a pack of 90 so that I could make 90 scrunchies, and I made probably 89 in total. No, somewhere in there. So because I had one to break on me. But anyway, they're really durable. These bands are really durable, and I was running low, so at the beginning of the month I bought more elastics so I can make more of these, and I found the pack with like 300 in there, and I was like, oh my god, really? So and the price wasn't bad, so I just wanted to snatch them up as soon as possible. I'm like, what a steal. So when I got them in this bag. I ordered them off Amazon, and I got them in this bag. I have yarn attached to this string for some reason. Yarn attached to this bag for some reason. But anyway, one of the habits of a craft studio. Anyway, came in this, and I was like, ooh, okay. And then I felt on it. I'm like, this feels a little weird. So when I opened it, much to my surprise, there's bands like this. And I was like, oh my god, oh no. I felt like the strength of the scrunchie was going to be compromised because these are so much thinner. But actually, these give me a little bit more stretch. They don't break on me. I can still twist them when I make my scrunchies. As I'm adding stitches around the little band, I tend to stretch and twist, so that the band doesn't become too tight, and you can still pull them out and use them. They're functional still. So, I mean, they have pretty much the same strength. It's just that these are thicker, and I can live with that. So I have like, what, 4 or 5 colorways? Maybe I only have 4 available right now. Do I? How many do I have? I don't keep up with this. I really should, but I know I did a color set for Independence Day, and then I did a couple of sets for Juneteenth, and then I did warms, cools, and neutrals. Okay, so that's 4. Wait, that's 5. I'm sorry, my math is bad today. It was a weird night. I stayed up all night reading, and it was like 4:10 in the morning when I went to bed, and I woke back up at 8:30, like, oh, okay. But, you know, it's Saturday, who cares? Been inside all this time, who cares? So, anyway, these scrunchies are cool. So I made more. I made 48 scrunchies this week. 48. And that just consists of my neutral ones, which are these. I really like how these look. Anyway, my neutral tones, and then I have my cool tones. And the cool thing about the cool tones, which I can take those off, they get warm wearing them as sleeves. The cool thing about the cool tones is that I use, I think it's called Parrot Stripe. It's one of the Super Savers. And of course it's variegated. So all my variegated scrunchies, they look different. None of them are the same. And I really like that about that. Because here's one of them, and then the other one over here is mostly green and yellow-green. So I like the stark contrast between them. So those are those. And then take the other cool ones off my wrist. Then I have my neutrals, like I said. These are just awesome. I like neutral fall tones as well as like monochrome tones. So these are close second favorite to these. These I haven't released yet. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I'm just now making them. I had the other ones already pre-made and I still have most of my stock. So on those, these still need to be banded together. But I did make monochrome because a lot of people are big on the black, white, and grays. So there we have it. I have to strip up a bunch of decorative paper later or at some point. I also need to take pictures. I am just like, I don't know, it's been such a busy week, but then again I've been uploading every day, so that makes a difference. I am going to sit these to the side. Like I said, I'm working on my warms, and this red, like I haven't worked in a really bright color in a minute, it feels like, so this red really pops to my eyes. So these I've been cranking out, like I said, with those thinner bands, and I just like the stretch on them. I haven't woven in my strings yet, but do you see the stretch on that? Like, stretch for days. Anyway, I have other finished projects. Like, I feel like I haven't been making a lot of things, like I said, since I've been recording every day, but I guess during all that time editing and organizing or whatever, I've been making a lot of progress, more than I thought I did. Let me see. Another finished project. You guys saw this in yesterday's thumbnail. This is one of my mandala hats. I love those Lion Brand mandalas so much because I can pop them easily into my Centro knitting machine and just crank. Like I said, I make a lot of long scarves. I showed those off, I think, when I came back off a hiatus. But I am also making a scarf to match it, so that's loaded on the machine. I had made a set. This color is called Chimera, and I think I mentioned it in my first video back that was my absolute favorite colorway that I bought. And low-key still want to keep that scarf, but I don't know, I haven't decided yet. I made a set out of brownie already, and I don't know, I like this color, but it's like, it's different from what I thought it would be, but I still like it. And then I still had fur poms. Like, I bought these fur poms and from Michael's a while ago, and I was like, I don't really use these. I usually hand make my pom-poms, and so having these, I was just like, what's the point? But I came back and I started using them. I'm like, I might as well. And plus, I noticed they're really popular. People really like these for whatever reason. They are cute on top of certain hats. So I did this, and I have learned from my mistake. So with this one, like I said, I used like a single layer, and the top up here is really, really thin. So it's like, I'm stuck with that because I don't want to give it away, and I don't want to like sell it either because it's so thin up there. And I'm like, oh well, alright. So this, I learned my lesson, and I went ahead and I did it like that that red and tinsel set that I did. I doubled the fabric basically. So I cranked out 100 rows, and I guess this would go the same like if you have an Addy. I cranked out 100 rows, and then I sewed it like at row 99. I sewed it around the top, and then I cast off, and I was able to cinch it closed, and it gives you a nice double layer that actually might protect against some cold weather. And then I have a matching scarf, and the scarf is not actually that long. Oh my gosh, it smells like the dryer sheets, guys. So, I know I mentioned in a previous video as well, when I'm storing my things, just because of how I'm set up, I like to put dryer sheets between my projects as they sit, and they sit in plastic to protect from dust and other things that may or may not be in the air. I don't know, but I do that for freshness. Most of my projects I do wash before I store them. Some of them I end up storing them and I wash them at a later point. So just for that added freshness. So yeah, I've made that set, and I have actually not been in my studio that much for like working with my Centro machine. Like, I used to work with it at my desk, but I have other things on my desk. My desk is never organized as I would like it to be. So I'm just like, I leave it over here and I come over here at my leisure and I work on projects and stuff, and it's just all good and fine. I intend to maybe work on this scarf some later today or tomorrow. It depends on whether or not I take a nap. So that's going to be fun. And then I made one that kind of looks like candy corn, and I know I showed it off. On Instagram. This one, of course, is without the pom-pom. I don't really have pom-poms that would match this. I have more of the browns and grays. I might have one white one, but I'm like, this is enough. This is enough because it's a bright yellow, a really bright orange, and then I have white on top. It's enough. And then I have the scarf rolled up on the inside. So that's another finished project. Let me see, what else am I working on? What else am I working on? I'm not working on much, but it seems like I have worked on a lot. I don't know how to explain that feeling. And I don't do show and tell that often either, so I guess that's why this feels a little awkward to me. I don't know what I'm doing. But okay, this is something that I have been developing and working on. It is a what is it? It's a towel topper. There we go. So some months ago I was requested to make a towel topper on the Centro, and that was the mystery project as to why I bought the mini version, because I looked at the big version. I'm like, there is no way. There is no way that this 48 needle was gonna make a towel topper. Now I'm sure I could do the skirt with the 48 and like the skirt of this with the 48, but I think they're more charming on the small machine, which is only 22 needles. I did a video on it, I think it was last Wednesday. These days are going by. I think it was last Wednesday, this past Wednesday. I did an unboxing of the mini machine and gave the pros and cons about it, and yeah. So funny thing, I did actually come up with an additional project to attempt on that mini machine. So I look forward to experimenting with that, and maybe I'll release that in a video later in the year. I have no idea. I have so many ideas buzzing around, and I write them all down. I put them all on a Google Calendar and kind of sort them out, and then things get shifted around a lot. So we'll see. I really want to record this though. This was so fun and easy, and it doesn't take much. And instead of doing the, I mean, you could do the chains. I found that some people do chains. I had to do a little research because I don't usually make like home decor type stuff. But some people do the little crochet loopy here instead of having this ring. But I had this pack of shower rings from Dollar Tree forever. I've had these things for over a year, and I'm like, I haven't used them. And I think I bought them because I tend to crochet my own curtains for my window in my room. So I had them and I was going to use them, but then I came across those wooden rings, which I happen to like better for my curtains. So these ended up sitting in my notions basket forever. And I finally had a chance to use them, and I probably will use the rest of them in these. I don't know. This looks kind of charming though. And I was able to take pictures. I think I showed it off, was it Friday? I had it released yesterday. Yesterday was Friday. So I had it released yesterday. When I make my next one, I'm going to make another one before I do the tutorial on it, just so I can experiment with sewing around here. It's a little weird to me, but I think that I can actually sew that down better. I think I can sew it down better, just critiquing myself. But yeah, so my towel topper, I'm pretty happy with it actually. It looks so cute. Now if only our towels actually match this thing, because our towels are like yellow and white. That was my fault because our kitchen is yellow and white. And so I was like, ooh, the towel should match the kitchen, but then I made a towel topper that doesn't match either one, so smooth. And then I had green buttons left over from God knows what I made. But I really like these buttons. I think I got them from Walmart. I just like the big eyes on them, and the fact that I'm able to get a yarn needle through there. I sewed the button on with yarn. That is my favorite thing. Sewing the buttons on with yarn onto a like knitted or crochet project is the best thing in the world to me. I don't know why. Probably because it's easy. It's the same material. Okay. What else do I have? I've been doing things. After I record this video, I need to record my tutorials for the next 2 weeks. I am making pom-poms again. I have pom-pom makers, the little round things, and they make these cute little poms, and I've made a few of them in these cool colors. And the thing with me and pom-poms, I'm like a cat, so I start making them and I keep making them, and I know they're just gonna lay around, and I don't know what I want to sew them onto or what I will do with them, but I have them. If I still had cats, they would probably take these from me. But anyway, they're so cute, and the pom-pom makers, they come in different sizes or whatever, but I'm going to make a video about that, so stay tuned for that in the next couple of weeks. And then I also have been making these tassels. They are so cute, and I make mine. I've seen several videos on how to make them, and I think my favorite way again is just using my hands. So I'm going to be doing kind of a no hassle tassel type video. That sounds so corny. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that, and I think that's the one I'm going to publish tomorrow. I'm also going to be doing a channel chat tomorrow for a community question. I am so excited to do this. I was asked how to be consistent on YouTube. That is going to be the most fun to answer, because I have all kinds of tips and tricks on how I stay organized and how I stay consistent on it. Because if you've been around since the beginning, you'll know that I probably started out uploading on Wednesdays because my school observations were on Wednesdays, and that was my short day in the week. So I would come home, I would record, I would record and upload the same day, and that would be fun for me. Then eventually I shifted to Sundays or Wednesdays. I hadn't made up my mind at that point. Then when the next semester started / over winter break, I decided to start uploading on Sundays because it was just easier. It was over the weekend, and that next semester I started having 3-day weekends. It was great. It was great to have that feeling again. So then I started consistently uploading every Sunday, and then later in the year I started adding more stuff to the channel, so I started designating days. But anyway, that's going to be in the next tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about that, so kudos to you guys watching this. You guys get a heads up for tomorrow. That's going to be so much fun to talk about. I really enjoy doing those kinds of tips because look, I'm organized on the outside. People tell me I'm organized and I'm efficient, but it's a hot mess. All my ideas are just a hot mess, and I just have to kind of piecemeal them together just so. But anyway, my last thing that I am working on right now, I am still going to work on my plumb bob blanket. I haven't dumped that off anywhere, but I am working on these videos, so I think I'm going to kind of shift that over into next month, where I'm working more so on that, because right now I'm just kind of, I can't wait to pull this off my camera and see how long I've actually been talking. I feel like I've been talking for half an hour. Who knows? My last project. Now, I just released a photo of this. I also think that was Wednesday. Anyway, I just released a photo of this Wednesday. And so I am crow knitting a dress. Now, if you've been around for a minute, you know that I tend to make myself garments. Every year, it started off with my Joseph sweater, which I'll have to pull a picture of that. I call it the Joseph sweater because it's a sweater of many colors, and it is brilliant. I won't have the opportunity to wear that this year. That makes me sad. But anyway, I have that, and then I feel like I made something last year that was wearable that I'm forgetting about. Okay, how did I forget about that? The skirt set, the skirt and kimono set that I made last year for Portfolio Day. I made that. So for the last 3 years, apparently, I have been making myself, or last 2 years rather, I have been making myself garments to wear. And so this year I am making a dress simply because I had this yarn. It's the Kai yarn from Michaels, the Loops and Threads. They never, that is really bright, they never have this in stock. Like, you buy it one day, you better buy all of it, because the next day it's likely to not be there. But it's so pretty, and it works up like this, and I can't wait to get all the stuff for it and just make it, it's gonna be beautiful. Anyway, why I bought this almost a year ago, and it's been on my shelf. I had 4 skeins of it, and I don't know what I was thinking I would make with it. When I first bought it, I just grabbed it because I could, and it was pretty. So, yarn problems. But anyway, that's why I bought it, and then it sat on my shelf, sat on my shelf, sat on my shelf, and I'm like, eventually I was like, you know what, it would be interesting to see that in a dress. And so, I didn't realize that it would quite stripe up like this, but I'm not mad at it. Like, I kind of like it. It's different. And most of my garments are very different when I make them for myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing how far I can get along with this one skein, because I went on Michael's website. It wasn't available online. It was available, 4 skeins of it was available at a local store, but those went out of stock overnight, and now I'm sad. Now I'm sad. But maybe it'll pop back up soon and I can get more skeins, because I feel like I'm going to need more skeins for the tail, the skirt of this dress, because it's going to be floor length. Don't ask me why I'm being extra. I really don't know. It's a habit of mine. Once I pop those pictures of those sweaters up, then you're going to see that. Like I said, most of my wardrobe is pretty dark. So having those few pieces of contrast isn't that bad. I'm not complaining. Anyway, I think that's it. So I think that is pretty much it. I don't have any other whips around me that I can think of, so I guess that concludes today's video. Like I said, this is Vlogust. I will be doing these videos all month, so if you have questions at all, please give them to me down in the comments. They can be about crafts, they can be about my experience with different YouTube things. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be answering another community question, which I am super excited for. I love my community engagement. So if you have any questions, please leave them for me in my description, in my comment section, either on YouTube or Instagram. If you're finding this on Facebook, you can DM my Facebook page, and I will answer those questions as soon as possible. Like I said, I have a full month. I don't have the whole month planned out so as to leave room for community questions, because I love them so much. So I'm looking forward to filling up those days with these different topics. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like and subscribe, because I, again, will be doing these every day this month, and you're not going to want to miss out on my content. And I also post crochet and knitting tutorials throughout the month, throughout the weeks actually. But anyway, I post crochet and knitting tutorials, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. If you're watching this on Instagram, don't forget to follow, because I also post my whips and finished projects here, as well as pattern announcements and tutorial announcements. I post a lot of things, a lot of places. Anyway, I'm on pretty much everything except for Snapchat, so I have a little something out there for everybody. You can find all my links and places on the web in my description box on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram, you can find it under that link in my bio. And until tomorrow, guys, happy making.